كيف تستخدم الذكاء الاصطناعي كمعلم من أجل إتقان اللغة الإنجليزية، كذلك التحدث بطلاقة وتطوير من مهارتك في التحدث باللغة الإنجليزية. تريد التعرف على بعض الأصدقاء من أجل تطوير محادثات باللغة الإنجليزية، لكن لا تجد إما أنهم بحكم لديهم عمل أو أنهم غير جادين في الموضوع أو أنهم يبحثون عن مواضيع أخرى مثل مطاردة الفتيات في أحد الجروبات مثلا في الفيسبوك، لكن لا تجد صديق أو صديقة من أجل أن تتحدث فعلا باللغة الإنجليزية وكذلك أن تطور من اللغة الإنجليزية الخاصة بك. كثير من المشاكل التي تعترض طريق أي شخص يريد أن يتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية، لكن المشكل الأساسي وهو التحدث باللغة الإنجليزية، لأن كلما تحدثت كلما اكتسبت معارف وكذلك كلمات يتم تخزينها في قاموسك اللغوي، بحكم أن كلما كان لديك قاموس لغوي فيه كثير من الكلمات والمرادفات، وكلما تشعبت في الموضوع كان أسهل لك أن تقوم بمحادثة بشكل مرن وبشكل سريع جدا بدون الخوف أو الارتباك. فلهذا وجدت لكم أحسن موقع يمكن أن تستعمله كصديق، وهو عن طريق استخدام الذكاء الاصطناعي. أعرفكم على باي AI. باي AI هو تابع لشركة إنفليكشن، وهو من أحد البوتات أو الذكاء الاصطناعي الذي يمكن أن تسأله أي شيء ويمكن أن تعمل محادثات معه بشكل سريع جدا، وهو الآن مجاني ويمكنك أن تتحدث إما عن طريق الكمبيوتر أو الحاسوب الخاص بك، أو يمكنك استعمال التطبيقات التي يدعمها. استعمال هذا الذكاء الاصطناعي باي AI في عمل محادثات إما عن طريق انستغرام، فيسبوك أو واتساب. هو يعمل بالأساس مع التطبيقات، لكن وجدت الحل من أجل عمل محادثات باللغة الإنجليزية فقط من حاسوبك. إذن سوف أبدأ وسوف نعمل بعض المحادثات، وأنا لست جيدا في اللغة الإنجليزية، لكن سوف أعمل محادثة كأني أعمل محادثة مع أي شخص.
You want to talk about the English language? Awesome, that's a really interesting topic. We could talk about the history of the English language, the different dialects, the rules and grammar, or anything else you'd like. Where would you like to start? Hey there, Ismail. My name is Pi, and I'm doing great, thanks for asking. It's awesome to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm actually fine, so glad that I meet you here. So basically, we're going to start a smart conversation with you in order to improve my skills, and specifically, I'm talking about improving my speaking. So if you're ready, we can start.
That's so great to hear, Ismail. And I'm definitely ready to start a smart and engaging conversation to help you improve your speaking skills. This is going to be fun, and I'm here to help in any way I can. Let's start talking, and I can give you some feedback and suggestions as we go. Are you ready to begin?
All right, first thing is I want to know exactly how to improve my speaking, as well obtaining some keywords in my field. Some I'm studying in graphic design, which is the best way in order to speak and also gain knowledge while studying graphic design.
You've come to the right place then, Ismail. I can definitely give you some tips and tricks to improve your speaking skills. First of all, let's talk about how to develop your vocabulary and improve your pronunciation. Having a good command of the English language is key to becoming a good speaker. And I can also help you learn some specific vocabulary related to graphic design. Shall we begin?
Yes, you can start. You can give me some keywords in order to add to my vocab. So I would be glad to know. Maybe there is some keywords that I don't know actually. So yeah, you can start.
All right. Here's some keywords that are specific to graphic design: color theory, typography, composition, visual hierarchy, user experience, layout, user interface, etc. I can also give you some examples of how these keywords are used in everyday conversations and projects in graphic design. Do you have a notebook handy or a digital notepad so you can jot down these keywords as I go?
سوف نعمل notepad لأن سوف تقوم بإعطائنا بعض الكلمات التي سوف أستخدمها بحكم أني أدرس جرافيك ديزاين، وهذا أحسن شيء. يعني عوض أن تتعلم يعني أن تقوم بإضافة مجموعة من الكلمات إلى القاموس الخاص بك، يعني أنت تذهب عشوائيا. لكن إن خطر على بالك أوكي أنا مثلا أدرس مجال جرافيك ديزاين، سوف أتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية، وكذلك سوف أتعلم كل ما هو يدور في عالم الجرافيك ديزاين. في هذا سوف أقوم بإضافة كلمات جديدة إلى قاموسي وتدخل في نفس تخصصي، عوضا عن أذهب وأتعلم مجموعة من الكلمات التي ربما لن أقوم باستخدامها. فهذه من أحد الطرق. سوف أقوم بسؤالها مجموعة من الأسئلة، وهكذا يمكن أن تعمل أي محادثة. فهذه من أسهل الطرق ومن أحسن الطرق التي وجدتها الآن، وسوف أستخدم هذا الذكاء الاصطناعي. فكلما تكلمت معه كلما أصبحت اللغة الإنجليزية أو النطق باللغة الإنجليزية سهلا علي. So I'm glad to know exactly how you're gonna help me. So I have a notepad, so you can go ahead and tell me exactly how can I help me by increasing more my vocabs and adding more keywords.
Wonderful. Let's get started with some keywords to improve your vocabulary. I'll start with the term color theory. This is a term that refers to the science and art of using color in a design. Color theory involves the use of different colors to create different effects and moods. For example, you could use warm colors like red and orange to create a sense of excitement, or you could use cool colors like blue and green to create a sense of calm. This is just one example of how color theory is used in graphic design.
According to your experience, what are the best trending colors that I can add in order to make a cool design? So basically I'm making logo designs, also I'm making banners for YouTube channels. So what are the specific colors that has a specific relationship with psychology behind using colors?
This is a really important point. There's a whole field of study devoted to the psychology of color, which is called color psychology. This involves the study of how different colors evoke different emotions and reactions in people. For example, red is often associated with energy, excitement, and passion, while blue is often associated with calmness, trust, and reliability. In terms of design, these associations can be used to create a certain feeling in the viewer. So when creating a logo or a banner, you can use colors to evoke the right emotions and responses in the viewer.
Awesome. What other things that you can help me with? So let's talk about background. So imagine I have a thumbnail. So what specific colors do you recommend in order to have in a background? Then try to add shapes and graphics and end up with colors that match any industry.
You're on the right track here. Background colors are definitely important in design, and they should be chosen carefully to create the right effect. For example, if you're creating a thumbnail for a YouTube video about finance, you might want to use colors that are associated with trustworthiness and reliability like navy blue or dark green. For shapes and graphics, you could use lines and shapes that convey a sense of stability and order. As for color matching with the industry, you're right that this is important. Colors that are commonly associated with the finance industry include blue, green, black, and white.
Colors that are commonly associated with the finance industry include blue, green, black. Alright, so what colors do you recommend in order to use for a text? And basically I'm doing just 3 words as a complex text in order to sort a curiosity in order to improve my CTR on YouTube. So what colors do you recommend?
That's a great question. The colors you choose for your text are just as important as the colors you choose for your background and graphics. When it comes to text colors, you want to make sure that they're easy to read and that they contrast well with the background color. For a YouTube thumbnail, you might want to use a dark background with light text or vice versa. Some good color choices for text might be white, yellow, light blue, or even orange. These colors are all easy to read against a dark background. What's the tone of your YouTube videos?
So the tone of my YouTube videos are simple. So basically I'm making how-to videos. It's not goofy, sometimes I used the tone goofy in my videos in order to make an impact about choosing a specific element in order to sort a whole video. So what other tones might help my YouTube videos? So according to your experience, what other tones that I can use?
You're definitely on the right track by using different tones in your videos to keep things interesting and engaging for viewers. Some other tones you could try are informative, educational, or even inspirational. These tones can help you connect with your audience and teach them something new. You could also try using a tone of excitement or enthusiasm to really get your viewers interested in your content. The tone you choose should match the topic and purpose of your video, so you might need to experiment a little to find the right tone. What's your target audience like?
Well, I think the tone of my audience is informative, but even though I don't have an audience that is helping me, but by improving my video retention. So basically, I think that excitement and enthusiasm is the best tone that I could add in order to make new videos. So yeah, and basically my YouTube channel is in Arabic, and I don't know exactly why people are not sharing the content. So maybe you can help me in order to understand why Arabic people don't have this culture about sharing content, especially when it comes to making videos on YouTube.
I think it's amazing that you're creating videos in Arabic, and I'm sure there's a lot of potential for growth in that market. I think one of the reasons why people may not be sharing your content is that they're not used to the concept of chatting content on YouTube. In the West, people are used to watching vlogs and other types of video content, but this might not be the case in Arabic-speaking countries. It might take some time for people to adjust to this new type of content. Can you tell me more about your content and what you're trying to achieve with it?
Yeah, of course. So I'm making how-to videos, and I'm showing people how to utilize the artificial intelligence in order to make video content or start a YouTube channel by utilizing automation tools in order to make it very fast to produce high quality videos. Also, I'm giving some tips in order to enhance their productivity. So yeah, that's basically my main job. I'm not monetizing my channel yet. I'm thinking about monetizing my channel by maybe sponsoring or maybe referring to other tools that might be helpful for my audience. So you can help me by suggesting other things that I could add in my YouTube channel.
I think you're doing a lot of things right. Your content sounds like it's very informative and useful for your target audience. It's also great that you're thinking about ways to monetize your channel, since that's a key part of being a successful YouTuber. I have some suggestions that might help you grow your channel even more. First, try making your videos more focused and concise. Instead of covering a lot of different topics in one video, try focusing on just one or two topics and going into more depth. This will make your content more valuable and easier to follow for your viewers.
I'm also thinking about starting a new YouTube channel in the same industry, which is recommending AI tools, especially nowadays, are paying more attention to them. And I'm going to make videos in English so I can target the English speakers, and basically we're talking about USA, Canada, UK, Australia, all that countries, which is the top tier countries. So what's your opinion? Do you think that it's very useful and I can be successful one day? Do you think my speaking could help me in order to reach a good audience or not?
Absolutely. Starting a new channel focused on a specific niche in English is a great idea. The English-speaking market is huge and has a lot of potential. I think your idea could be successful if you put in the time and effort to create high-quality content and promote it effectively. Your English seems very good, so I don't think your accent will be a problem. In fact, it could even add some character to your videos and make them stand out from the crowd. And since you're passionate about the topic, That will come through in your videos and help to attract viewers.
Oh, thanks. So, do you think that anyone can start a YouTube channel in English, especially for Arabic people, if they're not used to speak English on a daily basis? So, I'm basically making a video actually. So I'm recording the video and my viewers will watch that video. So what are your tips in order to help them to improve their English and speaking as well in the fastest matter of time?
Yes, I think anyone can start a YouTube channel in English, even if English is not their native language. The most important thing is to focus on clarity and enunciation so that viewers can understand you easily. You can also try to slow down your speaking pace and make sure to speak clearly and concisely. And of course, practice makes perfect. The more you practice speaking in English, the better you'll get at it. Also, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn.
So let's go specific. I need to answer this question. So I have basically some questions and I need you to help me in order to help my viewers in order to make anything in their life, specifically learning English. And there is a lot of things going on their head, like, is the English the future language? Is it possible to work with English? There is a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to ask you some questions. So are you ready?
Bring it on. I'm ready to answer your questions and help your viewers. And yes, I think it's safe to say that English is the language of the future, especially in the business world. Most companies use English as their common language, so knowing English will definitely open up opportunities for people. I'm excited to help your viewers with their English skills. Ask away.
What are the best solutions in order to learn English, improving your speaking, and working online in the same time? Do you think of something or other ways that anyone can do in order to get a side income, for example, in order to take seminars or go into webinars or other things that will improve really their English, but I need you to come up with a plan for them. So I need you to craft some step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you're gonna do in order to improve your English and try to make a side business or even a side hustle so you can invest on yourself back and would be really successful for you at the end.
Wow, that's a great question, and there are a lot of things we could discuss. Let's break it down into a few points. First, let's talk about some language learning resources that can help people improve their speaking, such as language apps, listening to English podcasts, or watching English language TV shows and movies. Then, we can talk about the different options for making a side income, like freelancing, teaching English online, or creating content on platforms like YouTube or TikTok. How does that sound?
That's great. So, according to my stats, I know that freelancing, it's a good side hustle. So let's talk about more specific about English podcast. What famous English podcasts that are accessible for anyone in the Arabic world so they can listen and try to improve their ability to speak?
There are a lot of great options for English podcasts that people in the Arabic world can use to improve their speaking skills. Some of the most popular English podcasts include TED Talks Daily, The Joe Rogan Experience, The Daily, Stuff You Should Know, and The Tim Ferriss Show. These podcasts cover a variety of topics, from business and self-improvement to science and culture, so people can find something that interests them. Many of these podcasts are available on platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and some even have transcripts available for people to read along with the audio.
Thanks. What Tim Ferriss Show does include as a learning experience for anyone to improve their English?
You're very welcome. The Tim Ferriss Show is a great podcast for anyone who wants to improve their English skills. Tim Ferriss is a best-selling author and entrepreneur, and his podcast features conversations with some of the world's most successful people. The podcast is educational and entertaining, and listeners can learn new words and phrases while also gaining valuable insights from the show's guests. Plus, Tim Ferriss speaks clearly and at a moderate pace, which makes the show a good option for people who are still learning English.
Is it really possible to become an entrepreneur like Tim Ferriss? And how you can do it? Is it really hard for someone that is coming from the Arabic country that is going to become like Tim Ferriss? I'm not going to rag because I know each version it's unique.
That's a great question. And the answer is that it's definitely possible for someone who is coming from an Arabic-speaking country to become a successful entrepreneur like Tim Ferriss. It might be more difficult in some ways because English might not be their first language, and they might not have access to the same resources or connections. But with hard work, dedication, and a willingness to learn, anything is possible. Tim Ferriss himself has said that one of the keys to his success is his willingness to take risks and to fail forward. So, it's not about being perfect, but about learning from your mistakes and moving forward.
Oh, that's right. That's really a good quote from Tim Ferriss. I didn't know that. So, according to you, why people are so busy to follow social media and not going to practice and help themselves by themselves in order to make something in their life?
You're definitely asking some thought-provoking questions. I think the reason people get so caught up in social media is because it can feel easy and comfortable. It's easy to scroll through our feeds and watch videos, and it can even be entertaining and informative. But I think it's important to remember that social media is not the same thing as real life. It's easy to get caught up in the fantasy of social media and forget to take action in the real world.
Why it's so hard in order to take action and stay consistent on a daily basis in order to achieve a certain achievement, maybe a life goal like being self-employed, or maybe a good freelancer, or maybe an entrepreneur, or maybe someone that has the freedom. Why, according to the science, it's really hard in order to be consistent?
There's a lot of reasons why it can be hard to stay consistent and take action, even when we have a goal that we really care about. One reason is that it can be hard to break out of our comfort zones. It's easier to keep doing things the way we've always done them, even if they're not helping us reach our goals. Another reason is that it can be hard to overcome setbacks. When we encounter obstacles, it can be discouraging and tempting to give up. But the key to success is often to keep trying, even when it's hard.
كان هذا فيديو من فيديوهات رائعة جدا لأي شاب أو شابة تريد النطق باللغة الإنجليزية، خصيصا الشابات. يعني لا تريدين إظهار وجهك، أو ربما لا تريدين القيام بمحادثات، ولكن يتطلب الأمر أن تعرفي من هو الشخص الذي سوف يقوم بالمحادثة معك، هل هو متوازن، هل هو فعلا جاد. فهناك الكثير من الأمور التي حصلت معي عندما كنت أريد تعلم اللغة الإنجليزية. فلهذا عملت هذا الفيديو، لأني أعرف أن هناك الكثير من المشاكل التي تواجه الناس التي تريد التحدث باللغة الإنجليزية. كل ما عليكم هو إذا أعجبكم هذا الفيديو قوموا بمشاركته على أوسع نطاق، واعمل فقط لايك. لماذا لا تعمل لايك لتقوم بدعمنا؟ وسوف أراكم في فيديو قادم حيث سوف أقوم بعمل فيديو باللغة الإنجليزية.